Come to the end of my segment. Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's happening? Everybody out there in the World Wide Web. Welcome to another episode of Let's Get Talking with Puzzy. I'm your host with the most, the man with the plan. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about how drugs affected my personality, and I'm just going to use a question and answer segment throughout this video. So I hope you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe if you're watching this for the first time. Yeah, the boy doing things out here, man. It's a new chapter, man. Like from my past video, I talked of my transformation, how I got into drugs, how they affected me personally. And ever since that, people have been hitting me up with questions. Like my inbox has been blowing ever since last week, just like with questions from people, my viewers. Thank you for watching the first video. Yeah, big shout out to you guys. Like you're number one, man. We just have to make this work, like, cause I was in that life, right? And it took me to other places. I got to see things that I wasn't even supposed to see, right? So a lot of people have been hitting me up with questions, right? So in this episode, I'm just going to do a question and answer for them to know more about me, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Tell a friend to share, tell their friend to tell their friend to share this, and subscribe so they can actually help one person out there who's going through what I went through, because it's a really bad past. So yeah, hope you enjoy this. As I was looking at these questions that these people were asking me in my inbox, I took a moment to sit down and just reflect on my life, my past life, and what I want to do in the future. These people really have really exciting questions, and that's how I came up with this episode called "My Personal Life" and how drugs affected my personal life. Right. So yeah, let's just dive right into the questions. And for your information, I'm not gonna recite where these questions came from. Like I'm not going to give any shout outs, because a lot of people have been telling me shout me out in your next video, do this in the next video. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna do what makes me happy. So no shout outs at this moment, because I'm still trying to create my fan base. When I have that fan base, yeah, that's when I'm gonna start giving shout outs.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Like, let's get it.
Question number one. Have you ever been charged with crime related to drugs? I would say a couple of times, people, plenty of times. I was arrested for stealing, I was arrested for fighting, I was arrested for multiple things, mostly theft, burglary. Yeah, but get it straight, people. The only reason I did that was because of drugs. I was either drunk, high, craving for the drug. Yeah, I was having like Marvin. I really needed something that was going to get me through the day. And yeah, so me doing those stuff was because of drugs. I never used to think it through, like, this is how serious it can get, this is how messed up it could be. No, I never thought of it like that. I just thought of it as I need something. How am I going to get something? Oh, I'm going to steal. Yes. So yeah, I've been arrested a couple of times for crimes that were related to drugs. Number two, have you done anything illegal while using drugs? Anything illegal? Everything I did was illegal. Everything I did was illegal. I've messed up a couple of pretty young girls out there. Because of me, those girls aren't the same as they were before I met them. Yeah, so. And I said I used to steal, I used to fight all the time, I used to rob people. Yeah, so everything I did was at that time was illegal. Everything I did was illegal. Even smoking weed at that time was illegal. I don't know about it now, but everything I did was illegal. Yes, everything. That's a straight up yes. Number three, people. Have you spent money on drugs that you wish you had used for other things? That I wished I used for other things. Okay, now that I'm clean, right? I do wish I used that money for something else. Like all the time, I do wish that. But it's in the past and I can't go back to change the past. Yeah. There were times I would get money for new shoes, times I would get money for new clothes, and just other things like a laptop, phone. Yeah, sometimes even lunch money. I wouldn't get lunch. I would do drugs. I wouldn't buy shoes. I would do drugs. I wouldn't buy clothes. I would do drugs. Every money that came towards me, every money that I had was for drugs. I never thought of getting anything else. Unless somebody actually goes out there and gets something for me. And in a couple of days, when that crave hits me, I'll get that thing that this person was thinking about when getting it for me. Yeah, right. I'll get that and sell it, get money, go do drugs. So from number one to number three, those are straight up yeses, people. I'm not even capping, I'm not joking about it. This is no polo. Yeah, no polo.
No apology, bro.
So that's three questions down, eh? Number four. When I look at number four, it actually makes me even regret just joining drugs because it's talking about money, and it is. How much money did you spend each month or year on drugs? I never actually even thought about how much I was spending at that time, to be honest with you. I just looked at this as whether it was 50, whether it was 100, whether it was 200. I just looked at it as money that's going to go on drugs. I never actually cared how much I had at that time. But my approximations would be monthly wise, I would spend like I would say 2 to 3 thousand somewhere there because I was a cashier. That's at this time I was working, so I'd knock off with a lot of money from scamming, even just from tips from people. Like my customers. My customers would always line up because I was fast at doing my job. So yeah, they would like line up, not knowing that this guy is actually planning on scamming me. So yeah, I would knock off with a lot of money. So monthly wise I would say 2 to 3 thousand. And then year wise, ish, that's just a lot of money. Cause if I put 2,000 by 12, that's actually 24,000 somewhere there, like 24. So I could have had like 24 or probably more money if I wasn't doing drugs by now. Yeah, so that's just it. Monthly wise, I'd say 2 to 3 thousand. Yearly, if I calculate yearly, I would like spend 24,000 somewhere there on drugs, and that's a lot of money. People, you wouldn't even actually think of it like that because drug addicts don't save money. If you know a drug addict and he tells you he's saving money, that's a lie, guys. That's a lie. I never used to save money when I was on drugs. I never saved anything. So straight up, that's a no. If someone tells you they're saving money and you know they're a drug addict, that's a no. That's four questions. Number five. Have you sold drugs to your friends? I was the plug, guys. I was the plug in my area. There was nobody who was dealing with codeine at that time. There was nobody. I used to sell all three types of codeine that entered the country. I would I would have boxes in my room selling codeine. Yes, even in school I would sell codeine. So pretty much all my life was my drug life. I was a plug, then I was a user. I only became a user when I stopped doing codeine. That was the time I became an excessive user. But at the time I was doing codeine, I was a plug. I used to sell everything. I used to sell weed. I used to sell pills. I used to sell codeine. So yeah, that's a yes. 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 I was the plug. I was the plug. I was the man. The man, the plan, bro. I was the man. That's 5 questions, right? And when I look at this other question that I'm going to give an answer to, it just breaks my heart because I wouldn't want to go back to that life. So yeah, number 6 says, have you ever taken any money or items from home to buy drugs? So yeah, that question just like breaks me. It's a yes, obviously. I would do all sorts of things. I would get pots, I would get my sister's chitenges, my sister's clothes. At that time, I never had clothes on my own to sell, so I would go in my sister's room, get her clothes, get her husband's jeans. I would get pots, I would get plates, I would get DVDs, I would get carpets. Yeah, all sorts of things. Anything that was valuable, I would get it. And I never used to think twice about what's going to happen if they find out this thing is lost. I'll just find myself in a moment where I'm being questioned about something, right? And obviously at this time I'm high. So yeah, I'll just look at it as they're bothering me, and a fight would break loose because I would deny all the allegations of me getting it. And they knew I was a thief, and they knew when anything gets lost, they'll come to me and I'll say no. Whether I say no, whether I say yes, they'll still believe it's me. So yeah, it grew. It's built distrust in me from my family members. My family members didn't trust me with anything. They would literally lock every door in the house, the kitchen, the bathrooms, their bedrooms when I'm around. And when I'm not around, they're free. But when I'm there, it's secure your things because Pazam is going to get them. Yeah, so that's a yes. That's like 6 questions down, guys. 6 questions, and hope you're enjoying this. Number 7 reads, do your family ever trust you? I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this, right? And now that I am where I am, I I really don't know, because at that time I was 100% sure that they don't trust me. Now it's just like part of it is saying 40% trust you, and 60% they don't trust you. Reason why I'm saying this, because it took me 3 years to decide that I actually fought the addiction for 3 years. 3 years, people. I was trying to get clean, and would they would support me at times. Sometimes they won't support me. So it was just like an on and off thing. So one minute they're trusting me, the next thing I'm doing something that would disappoint them. So they just lost all their trust in me. Like everything just went off. Everything fell off. I never had anybody's trust in my family, not even my mom, not even my dad, my sisters, nothing. My cousins, no. If it's my cousin actually even told me off, because I still think about this right now. She told me I'll have to earn her trust by doing something, and I don't even know what I'm going to do to earn her trust. Because it's just like I hurt her so bad by hating other people. I never took anything of hers, no, none of that. But just me hurting other people that she really cared for is what disappointed her the most. So I'm definitely working on gaining that trust for my family, because if nobody trusts you, you're not able to do certain things for them. And yeah. So on this question, people, I would say part of it says they trust me, and a huge part of it says they still don't trust me. That's just how I feel. This is getting fun, people. I'm opening up more, and I'm feeling comfortable about my situation. So yeah, let's just keep it going. That's 7 questions down, people. So let's move on to the 8th question. I think this question actually came from the fact that I mentioned about my previous job and what I used to do as in that job that I had. So it says, have you ever lost a job or pay because of drugs? Yes, people, yes. I lost a job, a very nice job that I really loved. I lost it because I was a drug addict. I couldn't think of anything else and do drugs. So yeah, I've lost a job, I've lost a pay due to drugs. The things I used to do were because I would want to feed my addiction. And the thing I did for me to leave my job, that's going to be another story for another day. So yeah, I've actually lost a job because of drugs. Two jobs actually, not just one, two jobs. Two jobs, people. So that's a straight up yes. You can say it's a Y. Yeah. E. Yes, people. Question number 9. Question number 9 was it it was meant to be funny, but I didn't really want to bring the fun part about this because it affected me. Yeah, this is not a story that I'm just sitting here and joking about. No, this is real life. It's real life experience. I'm speaking through experience, people. So the 9th question is, have you ever had an overdose? This nigga was trying to be funny when asking this question, but I didn't want to think of it as something funny. So yeah, overdose. Not that I can remember of, but there was this one time I blacked out. I couldn't remember what happened. I had too much. I mixed cocaine, I mixed heroin, I mixed codeine, I did pills. Everything in one, and it just kept on going because I did it for 2 nights straight. I did it for 2 nights straight. I would wake up with drugs, I would sleep with drugs. So at the end of the day, I blacked out and I couldn't remember what had happened. So I wouldn't call it as an overdose because I wasn't rushed to any hospital. None of that happened to me. All I remember was I was passed out for quite some time. That's what my friends told me. So I wouldn't say I overdosed. I would say I just had too much drugs. It sounds like I overdosed, but no, I wouldn't call it an overdose because I was fine. Just I think I lacked sleep that those 2 days. I think I lacked sleep because we partied straight up 2 days, and yeah, I wasn't taken to the hospital, so I wouldn't call it an overdose. That's 9 questions, people. 9 questions, and I'm just going to quickly move on to my last question. The 10th question reads, have you ever had a blackout where you can't remember what happened, hallucinations, or maybe seizures while on drugs? People, everybody blacks out when they've had too much of something. Be it alcohol, be it smoke, be it lean. Yeah, people black out. So yes, I've blacked out a couple of times. I even lost count when I blacked out for like the 10th time. I really lost count because I actually went 1 week with blacking out because at that time that was when I was becoming a heavy codeine taker. So like take like 4 5 bottles a day for 3 months straight. I was a plug, so I never used to black with bottles and things like that. So yeah, a couple of times my friend actually even thought I was like going to go mad on the 8th blackout because every night I'll just black out and I won't remember what happened. So yeah, I've blacked out before a couple of times. I've lost count. Seizures, I only had one seizure if I remember correctly. I was at a friend's house, right? And this was the time where I lost my job, so I needed a place to crash. I camped by his house for 2 weeks straight. I remember we were in a match. We were playing 2K. So yeah, he was approaching my rim for a dunk, and at this time we were 2 bottles down. We took down 2 bottles of codeine. We had smoked 5 rocks. I don't remember how many joints of heroin we hit, but it was pretty high. So yeah, he was approaching my room for a dunk, and all of a sudden I just started having the shivers. I started shaking rapidly, and I found myself waking up in the third quarter when he had paused the game. And before I had the seizure, we were in the first quarter. So I woke up in the third quarter and I started craving for smoke.
Woke up in the third quarter.
It was my first time having that seizure, and I felt like I was about to die, and there was nothing that was going to calm my mood at that time. There was nothing that I would take that was going to calm my mood down, and I woke up craving for the smoke. All I wanted to do was smoke and nothing like taking water. I didn't want to sip juice. I didn't want to eat anything. I didn't even want to play the game anymore. I just was craving for the smoke. That's how bad my addiction went, people. The other thing I would like to say on this is blackout, seizures, hallucinations. These are effects and the signs of a drug addict. This is how you can see somebody is actually a drug addict. But I'll get more into that in my 4th episode, where I get to talk of effects on drugs and people, and just the family's response towards my. I've come to the end of my segment. I've come to the end of my video. If you've been I keep on saying or staying throughout the question and answer segment. I'm here to notify you that I'll be doing this more often in my videos, because a lot of people I had to answer 200 something messages that were sent in my inbox. There are questions actually. So in the next episode, I'm going to have a segment where I get to answer a few questions that my viewers ask me personally. Feel free to drop a comment if you're watching this video for the first time and you've been with me throughout the video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, click that notification button. If you are a subscriber, please share this video on any social media platform of your choice. Tell a friend to tell their friend to tell their friends to subscribe to my channel. And I wish you well in life and everything you do. This is actually a program where I get to help those people that feel hopeless, feel unwanted, feel like they're not going to amount to anything in life. And most importantly, I just want to turn that drug addict into somebody who's useful in this society, because once you're a drug addict, people don't look at you as someone who adds value to the society. They look at you as someone who's just thrown it away, someone who doesn't even fit to be in society. So it's never too late for change, people. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend to tell their friends to subscribe. Thank you all for watching this video to the very end, and